Millions of metric tons of raw chemical compounds cross oceans every single day. The global polymer supply chain operates as a massive, constantly shifting network where thousands of pricing variables fluctuate simultaneously. A supply bottleneck at a single Asian port or a brief production halt in a European refinery might seem isolated, but those fractions of a cent cascade down the supply chain, quickly turning into millions of dollars in unexpected costs for downstream manufacturers. Take a snapshot of the market on August 18, 2026. Across different time zones, procurement teams were hit with a fragmented avalanche of regional price updates, creating a deeply confusing picture. This map tracks morning activity, starting east. Naphtha, used to produce plastics, climbed $10, settling at exactly $790 per metric ton in Japan. Heading west to the United States, momentum inverted. Propylene dropped to 42.03 cents per pound. Survival in this environment comes down to capturing and aligning these conflicting regional data points the moment they shift, synchronizing global movements in real time. Looking at this split-screen comparative chart, the contradictions deepen. We see European propylene sliding down to €985 per metric ton, while right next to it, U.S. ethylene pushes up to 25 cents per pound. By the time an analyst manually pulls these numbers from disparate regional feeds, standardizes the currencies, and formats a readable report, hours have passed. Locking in a multi-million-dollar contract based on data that is even 4 hours old means you are purchasing blind. The market has already moved on without you. That specific window of delay, the time between a chemical price shifting overseas and an executive actually reading the alert on their desk, is exactly where profit margins vanish. Closing that gap requires an intelligence hub engineered for sub-5-second data retrieval. That is the exact purpose of Polymer Bazaar. Their operational model, built into the price, prediction, and profit methodology seen here, shifts procurement into a proactive forecasting stance. While base chemicals like raw ethylene or crude oil reflect broad macro trends, they lack specific detail required for precise forecasting. High-precision foresight depends on monitoring specialized, secondary materials that form the actual backbone of consumer manufacturing. Polymer Bazaar continuously maps the movements of feedstock engineering polymers, tracking high-performance plastics like polycarbonates, precision POM plastic parts, PA6 nylon fibers, and specialized SAN copolymers. When you measure massive base chemical swings against the subtle daily pricing shifts of these specialized engineering polymers, you generate a structural map of the market. This allows procurement directors to spot major supply chain disruptions weeks ahead of their competitors. The most critical early warning market indicators often originate right in the middle of the highly active Eastern industrial hubs. Understanding these markets means analyzing exact regional pricing down to the Chinese renminbi and US dollar. This dashboard displays how granular tracking gets, locking in on Chinese bisphenol A holding strictly at 9,250 RMB per metric ton. Expanding the view across Southeast Asia, it simultaneously processes acronitrolide, pulling in real-time bids at exactly 1,520 US dollars. Cross-referencing these hyper-localized figures across overlapping industrial sectors provides the granular inputs needed to build a predictive model that anticipates market turns. You only gain genuine predictive leverage when the massive global macro trends and deeply specific microdata align seamlessly. Generating analytical foresight yields zero returns if an executive cannot access those numbers right in the middle of a high-stakes vendor negotiation. To solve this, Polymer Bazaar engineered an AI-powered chatbot, creating a direct bridge between their database and a buyer's immediate operational needs. This timer demonstrates the system's core capability, compressing thousands of live data points into a clean, readable market alert in less than 5 seconds. There is no proprietary software to install or complex login portal to navigate. The entire intelligence hub functions directly through a dedicated WhatsApp channel, sitting right in your pocket. In a trading environment where commodity values flip by the minute, retrieval speed dictates market positioning. Trimming research time down to 5 seconds secures your optimal purchasing window, providing the data needed to hit the correct price point while reducing the risk of overspending. Accurate, immediate global price data feeds into a predictive model, offering the leverage needed to defend and optimize profit margins on the manufacturing floor. To maintain a continuous edge over your competitors and stay ahead of global supply shifts, subscribe to the Polymer Bazaar YouTube channel. You can connect to the live data stream immediately by messaging the WhatsApp bot at +91 9375 424365 and visit polymerbazaar.com to secure your data advantage. When global supply chains fracture and regional pricing becomes volatile, the most reliable safeguard for your bottom line is verified, real-time data.